What's up, everybody? We are here at our pickup. It is going on 6 o'clock and he's hopefully checking in. We technically got down here about 2 o'clock in the morning, but it didn't say that they were open until 4 o'clock this morning. But he wanted to try to get some rest since he didn't sleep when he should have. So he didn't get up until like 5. So we're here now. He's trying to figure out checking in and all that. And we should be getting loaded soon, because this is just a dry load. As you can see, it's all dry trailer. There's a refrigerated trailer for Swift, but yeah. So let's see what he says when he gets back, and then we're gonna go from there. All right, everybody. So change of plans. The load was rescheduled for Friday, so we came back to the yard. When we came back to the yard, we shut down. We waited for the dispatcher to show up. Well, while we were waiting for them to show up, ended up getting a little nap. So alright, my bad. We are at our pickup. I believe it's Toxin Down or some crap. I don't know. But we're picking up for Walmart because the other load bailed out. They say they weren't going to have any loads until Friday, even though I had that load scheduled for today for the past week. But we ended up sitting in the yard. 2 hours later, they got me this load. I had to get it washed out because it was dirty inside, more than just blowing it out or sweeping it out. So finally got here. We're in Chino, which over here is kind of weird. I'm trying to get here. The warehouses are a little confusing because they got so many entrances. But we're here and we're already in the door, as you can tell. But don't know how long it's going to take. So I might not be able to get this load delivered before midnight, California time. Which, not a big deal, because whatever. But yeah, now we're just waiting and go from there. So when we get up there, we're gonna go straight to our next pickup, which is a live load again, and then head out to Wisconsin. So see you guys shortly. Alright, everybody, so start off with our last load rescheduled for Friday, right? Well, they gave us the other load that came up to Utah at Grantsville. Alright, well, guess what? I had a load going to Wisconsin, a load from Wisconsin to picking up from Illinois going to Denver, and then from Denver to California. So let's just say as soon as I got loaded, they took one load away from me. The Illinois load. Illinois to Denver. No, the California load. Denver to California. Then I get down the road. Boom. They take another load from me. The Illinois to Denver. Then they took the Utah to Wisconsin load from me. So by then, once they took away the California load, I was pissed. Next thing you know, I think the next one was the actual Wisconsin one. Then it was the Illinois one. So I got hot. I text the planner. I text my dispatcher. And lo and behold, they took all my loads away from me. Why? I really don't want to say, because I'm still pissed off at them right now. And yeah, so right now we're going to Washington. All the excuses that they gave me: one, the weather condition, they don't care. Two, oh, we need somebody, that load was going to take somebody home. Well, normally if that was the case, you ask me about it. You don't just take it from me. But they ended up calling me. The first thing I tell them, I was like, I'm pissed, right? Yeah, well, we have this load going to Kent, Washington that needs to be picked up and delivered. We really need your help on this. I'm like, why? I'm the only one that knows how to freaking run loads or something. I'm still pissed off. I even talked to my dispatch this morning because I'm still pissed off. And told her I'm still pissed off. And on top of that, after they took my loads, I got up to Primm, Nevada. And because I asked my student when I was before I got into Barstow, how many hours until your 10 is up? Because me calculating, I'm going off of remembering of what time we got to the yard or whatnot. I'm trying to figure it out that way. Because I can't just look at his hours like I used to. Because now they have to put in their last four, their social or whatever, just to look in their hours when they're not active. So he's like, oh, I only need 1 hour and then I get my full 10. So I was like, I'm going to drive a couple more hours. So I drove all the way up to Primm. Well, I go on duty and I have about 4 or 5 hours or so left on my clock before I have to take a 30. And next thing you know, he goes, I don't have my clock back, why not? I'm like, what time did you go off duty? It was like 6 something or whatever. He goes, I still need 30 minutes. So I was like, screw it, that 30 minutes, I'm gonna be in I could be in Vegas, Las Vegas, within those 30 minutes. So I jumped back, because I walked around, I was doing a post trip, I was walking around the truck. So I jumped back in the truck when I said that, jumped in the driver's seat, and I don't switch to driving, I just take off and it automatically puts me on drive. So while I'm setting up, fix my mirrors, put it in drive, release the brake, he's just sitting there watching me, and then I take off. So he ended up logging in as an active driver without saying anything to me. And then when I looked at the clock, I was like, what the hell? And then he's like, what, you didn't log in? I was like, did you log in? He's like, oh yeah. And you just let me just take off. So I was in the parking lot at the truck stop when this happened. So I ended up getting to the on-ramp. I was like, you know what, I'm done. You can take over. He only had 4 hours, 4.5 hours, or just under 5. So I was like, yep, I'm done for today. And then today he takes an off-ramp where there's a truck stop. But he doesn't know where the truck stop is at. So he's just trying to think of where the truck stop is at. I'm exiting, alright. I'm sitting here and I'm like, where are you going? I'm going to the pilot. Do you know where it's at? I believe it's over here. So he goes left, and of course it's not left. And I tell him, as he's at the light, I was like, it's not this way. Because I know where the damn thing's at, because I've been there once or twice. Because right now we're in, what the hell are we? Boise or some shit? I know we're not in Boise. I forget the damn name of this freaking area. So yeah, that's pretty much my week now. My loads were taken from me. 3 of them. Technically 4. And all these loads were set and put on my truck a week in advance. I had all, like the Wisconsin load, all the way up to the Wisconsin load, I had on my truck for over a week scheduled out on me. Over a week, like a week and a half. They stayed on my truck. Then like a couple days ago, what was it? A couple days ago, they ended up setting me up with the Illinois to Denver, the Denver to California. And I had that on my truck for the week. So as soon as we go pick up that load going to Utah, all hell broke loose. So Tuesday was not fun. Today's Wednesday. No, today's Thursday. No. Today's Thursday. Wednesday was not fun. It was not a good Wednesday. I can't say it wasn't good, but at the same time, I still lost. I wasn't able to get to Utah to get those loads, to get the miles from Cali to Utah on the pay period. I wasn't able to do that. But anyways, yeah, we're here at wherever the heck I was trying to look at. Come on. Caldwell, Idaho. So, this is where we're at, and this is where I told him to go, because he has no clue of where he's going besides seeing a sign and saying, I'm going to stop here to take showers. They don't have showers. Oh, okay. So, yeah. But I do got this stupid Washington, because it's a Hershey load, and it goes to Kent, Washington. Then from there, I got to pick up at a Lineage or a Cold Storage in Othello, Washington, and then take that to Stockton, California. I told my dispatch, don't send me on the 80 going across Donner. I'm not going to do it. Because they're always requiring chains, and you know what? I don't want to deal with it, especially with the student. There's some students I mentally have no problem doing it with, and then there's some to where it's like, it feels more of a headache than anything, so I just don't want to deal with it. But if you go to Stockton and you're a Swift driver, don't think you're going to go south from there, because you technically won't if you're a reefer driver. Reefer drivers, their load from Stockton goes straight back up to Oregon or Washington. So, but other than that, he's taking a shower. I heated up some food so I could eat real quick. I ended up getting up here, up to Utah yesterday about 1:30. Well, 1:20 I got to my delivery. They didn't have any trailers at the Walmart. So when I got to Walmart, I looked through their whole freaking yard, basically, look for a trailer. Then I asked dispatch, I was like, can I get a trailer solution? She sends back, sending you a address right now to the Walmart. So she sends me the address to the Walmart that I'm sitting at as I'm asking her for a trailer solution. So I text her back and I was like, I'm already here at the Walmart. Didn't you, there's no trailers here. So she never replied back to anything. She never sent me anything else. She never did nothing. So I went and decided to drive to the purple place. And I got there. Security was like, all right, well, any empties we got are such and such. I was like, all right, bad. So he lets me in, and I go look for a trailer. Well, they have like 8 trailers, 4 of them or 5 of them empty. So I pick a trailer, and I finally get out of there, ask to be dispatched. Oh, well, you need to prove your logs. So I prove my logs. Next thing you know, oh, well, we can't dispatch you because your hours are showing you're driving over hours of service, which I had about 2 hours on my clock because I ended up doing like a 3-7. So I shut down for the 4.5 hours or whatever that he drove, and then I took over and drove the rest of my, well, at least 3 more hours to get to our delivery. And once I did that, I just drove to my pickup. I didn't care if I was dispatched or not. Got to my pickup, dropped off the empty trailer, hooked up to the loaded trailer, put in arrived at pickup, and arrived from pickup, and loaded call. And then I took off and went to the truck stop in Ogden, Utah, because that's where I picked up in Hershey. Got there, topped off on fuel, jumped on the scale because I slid my tandems back a little bit more because I like to put more weight on the drives. And then I ended up getting on the scale, went in, got a scale ticket. I was like 33.40 on my drives and 27.280 on my tandem. So he didn't have any hours still. It was 5 o'clock this morning when I was at the yard or at the truck stop doing it, or 4:30. So once I got that situated, I was like, all right. There was luckily parking and a parking spot where I was able to park back into. So I parked, went inside, grabbed something from Taco Bell, and then about 6 o'clock I went to sleep. 7:15 I had my alarm set because that's when his clock was going to be up, or when his 10 was going to be up. And he's laying up there knocked out. He woke up like the last hour before I got to the delivery, and he just sat up and he walked and he looked for trailers, and then he eventually went back and lay down. Well, he was asleep the rest of the night, or supposedly, I don't know. His alarm was going off for an hour, whole hour. His alarm was going off. So I'm like, all right. So I'm like, this is what I did. I'm laying here and I go, I just hit the shit out of that fucking thing. Then he eventually gets up, or wakes up, and he turns his phone off. So I'm just sitting there, I'm waiting. Still, no movement, no nothing. Still didn't get up, out of bed, just laying there still. So I'm like, are you gonna get up? He doesn't respond. So I say his name, and I was like, are you gonna get up? Oh yeah, I'm getting up. Alright. He's not the only one that does this. A lot of people do it. So, but this is where it's like, are you out here to work? Or are you out here just for the hell of it? Because what you're showing me isn't working. But other than that, I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna eat this and go from there. So, see you guys shortly.